What's going on, fantasy football fans? I'm your host, Hussein the Brain, and you're watching The Couch. Welcome to my Week 9 waiver wire pickups video. This past week, it seems like everybody got injured, and just about every fantasy football owner has been affected by the injuries, the firings, and benchings that happened this past week in the NFL. We saw terrible quarterback performances by both Andy Dalton and Aaron Rodgers. The 49ers are a mess. Reggie Bush is out for the season. Vernon Davis got traded away to the Broncos, and they benched Colin Kaepernick. And we witnessed a record-breaking game where the Saints beat the Giants 52-49. Not a whole lot of great pass rush going on that game. And by the way, make sure you hit that thumbs up icon down below and like the video. It shows a lot of support, and I greatly appreciate it. Thank you. In this video, we're going to go over the waivers, answer the question of the week in our hashtag AskTheBrain segment, and then at the end I have a giveaway for you guys, so make sure you tune into the whole video. If this is your first time watching these weekly waiver wire pickup videos, make sure you watch the previous videos for more waivers. For quarterbacks, Eli Manning and Tony Romo are must pickups. Tony Romo should be coming back pretty soon, not this week, but really soon there, and these guys are likely owned already in your leagues, unfortunately, but in some leagues they are still available. I really like Ryan Fitzpatrick this week and for the rest of the season, but he did suffer a significant injury. Make sure you keep tabs on that. I have a feeling he's going to start, and he's going to get used to working with that broken hand he has. That's his non-throwing hand. He just got to get used to taking snaps and holding the ball, and ball security may be an issue, but I think it's something that he just has to get used to. And man, the Jets need that guy to start, so I think they're gonna try to make it work for this week and for the rest of the season. Tyrod Taylor is only owned in about 50% of leagues. He should be owned in just about every league. Make sure you have that guy on your roster if he's not owned. Derek Carr has lots of upside. He is a great high-end QB2, maybe even a QB1 in some deep leagues. And here are some more guys to pick up. Kirk Cousins, a high-risk start, but with Deshaun Jackson coming back and the Patriots likely to score a lot of points, Kirk Cousins is going to need to throw the ball. He's going to have Jordan Reed, Pierre Garçon, and if he has Deshaun Jackson back, he could score a lot of points. They're likely going to need to throw the ball in the fourth quarter. And of course, as you already know, Colin Kaepernick's going to be benched for Blaine Gabbert, one of the worst quarterbacks I ever seen in the game. Probably not worse than Jamarcus Russell, but he's pretty bad. And Johnny Manziel is likely going to be the starter for the Browns of the Thursday night game for Week 9. Atop of this running back list is going to be the number one sought after waiver wire pickup. Hands down, great pickup. You should pick him up even if you don't need a running back. Your opponent you're facing probably needs a running back. Pick up DeAngelo Williams. Put your number one waiver priority for this guy. Also look for Jeremy Langford. I expect Matt Forte to miss at least 2 weeks, so he's a great pickup. You can never have too many running backs, and they're so scarce. So both these guys are going to get picked up, especially DeAngelo Williams. You're going to see a huge spike. He's going to be owned in every league after this week. Carlos Williams was pretty efficient fantasy-wise. Even when LaShawn McCoy was in the lineup, he should be owned in more leagues. He should be coming back this week. Just had a bye week and missed a couple games due to a concussion. CJ Spiller gets a boost in value now that Kyrie Robinson is out. And the Saints sign Tim Hightower. We don't know how many carries he's going to get. Likely not too many. He's going to more likely be like a third string running back for them. And for deep leagues, look for Bradshaw, Pierre Thomas, Stephen Ridley, Tim Hightower, and Kendall Gaskins as more of a flyer. For wide receivers, a lot of these guys at the top of the list are must pickups. That includes Deshaun Jackson. He should be coming back from his injury. I think he's only played maybe like 2 snaps or something this whole season. He's been injured since week 1. Then we got Stevie Johnson. Keenan Allen is on IR, and Malcolm Floyd. Now, not a huge difference between Stevie Johnson and Malcolm Floyd as far as what waiver priority to go. So if you can't get Stevie Johnson, and you settle for Malcolm Floyd, that's not a huge downgrade between those 2 Chargers receivers. You got Brandon LaFell, should be owned in every 12-man league and should be owned in some 10-man leagues as well, definitely. Kamar Aiken gets a huge boost now that Steve Smith is out for the season. And Tavon Austin's a decent wide receiver. Could be a wide receiver 3 on your team, at least a wide receiver 4. And an interesting stat for Tavon Austin is that he averages over 2 carries a game. They just find a way to involve this guy in the offense. Robert Woods is a really good pickup, a little sneaky, a little bit of a sleeper pickup. look for him as a wide receiver 5 on your team. And in deeper leagues, look to add Dwayne Harris or Chris Gibbons of the Baltimore Ravens. For tight ends, must pickups are Benjamin Watson, Austin Seferian-Jenkins coming back from that injury, and Vernon Davis. With Vernon Davis, you're taking a huge risk, you're taking a flyer on him, but he's well worth it. Peyton Manning has had a lot of success at the tight end position, so he's definitely worth a waiver acquisition. You don't want to start him week 9, that's for sure, but you want to pick him up and stash him on your bench if you can. I really like Coby Fleener. I think he's the better tight end over there for the Colts. Heath Miller gets a huge boost now that Big Ben is back. He's up in tight end 1 discussion right now as far as fantasy goes. And Jacob Tamme is an okay tight end. Not too high on him, but if you need a tight end 2 or something on your team, you could do much worse than Tamme. For defenses, I like the Falcons' defense has more upside this week going against the Niners. Terrible offense. They're just in shambles right now. But the Bengals is a safer choice going against the Browns without McCown. I probably would start the Falcons. The only thing you're really risking with the Falcons is maybe some garbage time here. So I do like the Falcons a little bit more, but the Bengals are safer. The Bengals, I feel like, is a more well-rounded defense. I like them a little bit better this week. So those 2 defenses are must pickups this week for sure, especially with 6 teams on bye. Other options are the Bills, the Eagles, the Cowboys. I like Greg Hardy and their pass rush going against the Eagles. Bradford hasn't been playing too well. The Vikings could be a good defense in what may be a low-scoring game. And there's some more options for you in deeper leagues if you're desperate for a defense this week and your defense is on bye. For kickers, I think Blair Walsh is back. I picked him up last week, told you guys to pick him up. He did very well. He's been very accurate. They're kicking a lot of field goals. So I really like Blair Walsh for this week and for long-term. More for long-term, though. Some other kickers to pick up is Crosby, Mike Nugent, Nick Folk, really good kicker. Robbie Gould, Josh Lambo, really good kicker. I really like Sebastian Janikowski this week. I think he's going to be fantasy relevant the rest of the season. Definitely worth a pickup in deeper leagues. And if you're in deeper leagues and desperate for a kicker this week, you got Kai Forbath and maybe even Caleb Sturgis. The winner of last week's giveaway was Eric. Congrats. You guessed 27-10. You guessed the closest. Almost dead on. The Rams got 27 points and the Niners got 6 points. Euro SD, but we were talking about Woodhead, so I'll give you the benefit of the doubt, and I think you meant St. Louis and not San Diego. So you won the prize. We'll give you some stickers and sunglasses. And this week, why not again have another giveaway? So here's the question for this week. What will be the final score for the Washington at New England game this week? So leave a comment below with your answer. What will be the final score and who will be the winner? As a tiebreaker, also make sure you write the score at halftime and who will be up. So leave a comment below, final score, the winner, and also the score at halftime and who will be up at halftime. If you want your question answered on the next video, make sure you get your question in by Tuesday morning and use hashtag AskTheBrain. This week we're going on the @FantasyCouch Instagram account to check out the question of the week. This week's question is from Matt. He asks, considering that the Jets QB situation is a mess, would it be a good bet to count on the Jaguars defense for week 9 in a standard season league game? I'd have to say no, because I think Ryan Fitzpatrick is going to play. Now, the injuries to both quarterbacks, this is how I'm going to break it down. It increases the upside of the Jaguars defense. So yeah, the value does go up a little bit with them. Now, if Ryan Fitzpatrick is out, their value goes up even more. Now, Geno Smith and Ryan Fitzpatrick is out, you'd be dead on. Now, they're a defense that needs to be picked up because they don't have any quarterbacks. So, I'd only really trust them if both quarterbacks are out. If one of them is playing, not so much. They're more of a flyer. And in traditional season long leagues, not a defense you want to trust. There's a lot better defenses out there to pick up. And we're winding down to the end of the video. If you guys want these waivers before anybody else does, 12 hours before the video comes out, make sure you subscribe to my VIP waiver wire list. You can click here or follow the link below in the description. Also, make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel. And please make sure you like the video. Try to get this video up to 100 likes, guys. Let's do it. I'll see you guys on the next one.